Okay, now we're recording. Okay, so this technically the third. It will be the third, but it's gonna come up like the second
Yeah.
because this one will probably be easier to upload than the last one because I
Right.
still have to. I'm still editing that one, but that's not the point. That's not the point. We're not gonna get into particulars. This is for you guys. So today we're gonna kick the episode off with. I don't know. Do you want to do? Is the menu does the menu match the restaurant, or do you want to lead into the bad day? No, let's do the menu first and then lead into the bad day because the place that we're talking about. Okay, well, okay, look, the subject is menus that don't fit the building or the kitchen. So let me give you an example. If not if, but when you go to a kitchen, because everybody's done this and doesn't technically know it. So when you go to a kitchen and they have this really huge menu, or let's say you go to a diner. Diners are really good examples. Because it's some in the A, and people know what I'm talking about. And I'm not about to bash this diner. I just want to give you an example of how someone in the industry looks at a restaurant or menu when they go out to eat. So this menu is gigantic, right? This place is open 24 hours, and anything against anyone who works there, because I think a lot of people figure out what I'm talking about. But they had these huge fucking cakes, right? How long have those cakes been there? They're like 18, 16 layer cakes, but that's not what I'm getting at. I'm getting off topic. They have this huge menu, and they're open 24/7. You have to think, let's just call it common culinary sense. Not common sense, because we all know common sense is not common. So let's say common culinary sense would tell you they do not make all of this stuff here. Some of this shit is frozen, right? So when you think of it from that standpoint, it kind of changes your expectations, which it should, because the reason you here is because you don't want to cook, you hungover. I hope you're not on a date, or if you are on a date, I hope y'all been together for a while. Please don't take someone out on the first date to a diner, which is gonna lead into what else we gotta talk about. But please don't take someone to a first date on a diner. I hope this is like your third, fourth. Y'all know each other at this point. But what I'm getting at is, I'm not saying things aren't fresh or things are bad. I'm saying things would be frozen. A lot of things would be prepackaged because you have to think of how much the workers in the back have to do. You're not gonna be making a 50 or 30, even a 30 item menu from scratch. It's insane. And like the overhead of how much you would have to pay these people, let alone how many hours they would work, it would be unsustainable. So a lot of that stuff is prepackaged, which also means that it's expensive because they had to buy it in prepackaged, and they're going to pass that cost off to you, which is why diners have become expensive. The cheapest thing you can get is breakfast anywhere, and people are like, "Yeah, right. Look at the price of eggs." I'm like, "Yeah, right. Look at the price of beef, and look at the pot roast
Yeah.
that you want from the diner." Of course, that came in from. It's probably from Swanson or Banquet or some shit. But what I'm getting at is, when you go out somewhere, pay attention to the size of the menu and the size of the kitchen or the size of the building. Another example is you go to a club or a comedy house. They have a small menu for a reason because they have a
Because
small kitchen.
they got, look, in their kitchens, they be having just like one, two fryers, one, two chefs in there. They ain't even really chefs. They're just like people
cooks.
that they just cooks. They need a job. They need a quick check, so they in there.
They after they get off work, they go to Waffle House. They got two blunts rolled up in the car. As soon as I get out this motherfucker, they went on stage yet, and orders got to come in, bro.
And I've done my fair share at like diners, like Waffle House and shit. So I know once all the parties and shit done, you gonna take your quick little smoke break, go hide on in the shed, whatever you gotta do. Yeah, I know Waffle House open 24/7. we closed right now. Don't come in here. The door's locked for a reason. Don't come around back and
Waffle
ask
House
me.
open 20. Not right now.
Look, not right now. Nah. We gone.
I bet you might as well walk around to the back and ask somebody for you got a light, bro.
Listen, code for we clean the grill is don't come in here for another 15 minutes.
That's like the only place you could clean the grill and like close. Like, yo, we close because we got to clean the grill. Like, that doesn't work that doesn't work where we work, which is a private club. So, like, private clubs, standalone restaurants, chain restaurants, they all function differently. But have you ever been to a place where you looked at the menu and then looked at the place and went, wait a minute, y'all niggas making pasta? So y'all sell wings, tortellini, and ravioli? Like, you ever been to a place like that where you say, what the fuck is all this shit?
I feel like
You probably have never paid attention.
no, I feel like I have. It's like I have. I don't remember where I was, but
Okay, that's a start.
I don't remember where I was, but I had went to this place. Typically you'll see this shit a lot on like Chinese food menus too, but like it wasn't even Chinese food place. But I had went to this place. I don't remember what the fuck it was, but it was like all one genre. I think it was weird as fuck. It was actually one of the places I worked. I remember now. Bro. Look.
Okay, but that's even better. So you got first-hand experience.
Look.
Go ahead, speak on it.
I was a server there, and I was like, this was my first time seeing like secret kitchens inside of an actual kitchen.
Okay, so it was like your first time being behind the scenes.
Yeah, being behind the scenes on this side. But when I first got in, I was looking at the menus, you know, to learn the menus and everything.
Of course, okay, you're trying to be a good employee. Right. Of course.
This is an Italian place, so you know everything's Italian.
Oh,
you got all that shit, all that jazz.
What's the name of this? I don't know either. This that one? Gotcha.
Exactly. I'm
gonna write it down for you.
You know, you got a few burgers and like chicken tenders on there for the kids and shit. There was one day, and they didn't tell me about this, but there was one day they put me up in the front as to go instead of a server.
Wait a minute, so you were working to go and didn't know you were working to go? You thought you were just a normal server that day?
No, so they told me that I was a server, but they didn't also tell me that along with being a server, I would be host to go and all that other fun jazz. So yeah, it was just one of those days where like I was hired as a server. It was like, hey, so I know you're a server, but we need you to work to go today. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess it's part of the job. Sure, why not?
Look at that, dude. Team player.
Exactly. I stopped being a team player after that job. After that's what made me stop being a team player.
You gotta add a little anime queen team player.
Got the little star coming out. But we got like we did Uber Eats and stuff.
Of course, everybody and their mama did.
Right. I'm looking at the little tablet because we got a little ding. We got an order in. I'm expecting it to be like chicken marsala, big ass bowl of spaghetti with extra meatballs, extra garlic bread.
Shit, that makes sense.
They want an order of a Mr. Beast burger.
Oh my God, y'all had a ghost kitchen in there?
We had a ghost kitchen that they did not tell me we had. Yeah, we need a Beast burger and like 5 Buddy V's cakes and like something called like, it was somebody's like little wings and shit. I forget who it was. It started with
so it was multiple ghost kitchens.
It was like 7 of them hoes in
Okay,
there.
so for the people who don't know, a lot of people do know, and a lot of people don't know. It's a lot of people in culinary who don't know, unless they've worked in one. And most people who have worked in one are like, this was the worst experience ever. There's even documentaries on the shit that speak about how crazy it is. A ghost kitchen is essentially a satellite kitchen or remote kitchen, not out in space. We're just saying it's a kitchen somewhere that does multiple menus. The difference between that and I guess what you would say, well, what's the difference between that and a chain? A chain is one specific chain. Oh God, I hope I said that right. Specific. I always get caught up with Pacific and specific. Not the only one that does that shit. But
you say library too?
I do. I admit that I fucked that up. I do. So The difference is a chain is one brand. A ghost kitchen does multiple menus from multiple restaurants out of one kitchen. And it's not necessarily a huge industrial kitchen. Sometimes it could be the size of a big U-Haul. Like it's a trailer with fryers and things like that. Like I worked on trailers during the holiday season, mostly in December, where you feeding thousands and you have literally a semi truck and it's nothing but fryers, or a semi truck that's just a freezer. It was a semi truck that was a freezer, one that was nothing but fryers, one that was a refrigerator, and one that was essentially a cold room where all the salads and stuff were produced.
Right.
But that's beside the point. So essentially a semi trailer doing, I mean, some of these places were pumping out 10 menus at a time, or 10 different menus. Like the Mr. Beast burger. He said, oh, I have 600 or 1,000 so restaurants instantly. They were all ghost kitchens. So to work in a ghost kitchen is hectic as fuck because you have a fuck ton of recipes, right? Most of them are fairly simple. A lot of them share ingredients. But just imagine a person who has to do 5 restaurants.
In one kitchen.
Recipes, and maybe each restaurant has 6 offerings, so that's what 30 things that person has to remember. On top of, if they're working in an establishment, they have to remember the establishment's menu. So what is the quality of food that you really think you're gonna get? I mean, this person's clearly overwhelmed around lunchtime.
Oh my god!
And I'm saying persons, the staff in general. I don't give a damn who you are. You doing 5 restaurants out of one place?
No, the way that restaurant worked, where I was with this ghost kitchen, is it was basically there was like a generous number for the line staff. It was like a regular like kitchen lineup set. Had like, I remember like a broiler, saute station.
So a line of maybe like 5 people.
Line of maybe like 2 or 3.
Oh, that's it. It was a small joint.
Yeah. No. The kitchen was. The kitchen was a pretty good size. Building was.
They only
big.
had 3 staff though.
They only had 3 staff.
So they had to be short staffed.
They were extremely short.
They needed at least 5.
And there was basically just one person working. Like from the time I remember there was one person that worked all of the ghost kitchens. The servers were in charge of like the cakes and stuff because we could just run over to the pantry section and do that shit. But when I tell you for pantry and desserts were on 2 separate sides.
I know they ain't pay him shit.
Nah. Actually, if I hit up the people that I used to talk to there, I know one of them don't work there, and I know the other one should have done quit.
I like that. You should have done quit, baby.
So, bro,
your back hurt, baby. You should have done quit.
They had so much shit going on there, and it was like, especially on my first day. After I got used to knowing that we had a ghost kitchen, then you had to be like, deal with all the kids coming in. Hey, Dad, this is the place that sells the Mr. Beast burgers. Hey,
anything that motherfucker touch. He had the Midas touch. He just put his name on it. It was like million.
When I tell you, after I got done with that job, I never wanted to hear about Mr. Beast again. I'm so tired of little kids talking about Mr. Beast this, Mr. Beast that. Ooh, if Mr. Beast did the Squid Games, I'd go do it. No, the fuck you wouldn't, because you would die.
I gotta die though.
Because the Squid Games niggas was dying.
You right.
They was dying. Oh, you couldn't cut out your cookie with a pen. You're dead.
You right, fam.
If Mr. Beast was really about that gangsta and that money, he on that private island that he owns. And guess what? You done signed your waiver to give your life away to Mr. Beast.
Oh my gosh. No,
on your grave. Mr. Beast.
I don't know how you went from ghost kitchens to by Mr. Beast.
That's how it be. It's literally just how it is.
That life sucks.
Yeah.
Just thinking about. I mean, fuck, you always on 10.
Yeah.
Because if one of them not thumping, the other one is, and then you may have you have people that come into your restaurant who want XYZ, whatever y'all serve. Maybe it's a pizza joint, and then they find out, oh, you have the Mr. Beast burger, or oh, you have the rockin' sockin' wings or some shit like that. Now the restaurant thumping with regular people, and people who want shit from the satellite kitchen. So
Yeah.
it's just chaos. And a lot of establishments didn't make a lot of money or as much profit as they thought. And they had staff quit and left the motherfucking right because all of that shit.
That's exactly what was happening.
Which even circles right back around to places that have overextensive menus. They probably have a revolving door of staff.
Exactly.
Which further drives the quality down. Once again, I'm not knocking on any particular restaurant. I'm just asking people to use their common culinary sense. If your kitchen staff is overwhelmed, the quality of food is going to go down. Now, I'm not talking about on a busy night or if you go to a restaurant and they're slammed. The quality of food should be par or even better because the kitchen thumping, everything's fresh, everybody's moving around, you know, they trying to get these tickets out. So your food should be A1 if the kitchen is busy. Would I like to go to a place when it's super busy? Fuck no, because I know how it is to be back there.
Exactly.
And people make mistakes when it's super busy, whether that's the kitchen or the serving staff. You got new people, XYZ. I just rather not deal with it. But the fact that they are busy, I'm going to come back when they're not.
Right.
Clearly, y'all got
We're going to
food,
come back
right?
in like before everybody comes in for lunch.
Exactly. That type of thing. I put a check. I got to check that place out, but I'm not dealing with the crowd. It's mostly the crowd I don't want to deal with. I understand mistakes that places make. But when you have a place that has a stupid menu like the fucking Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
Cheesecake Factory has a gigantic menu. And not all of that shit is not made from scratch.
Oh, no, we know this.
Some of that
It's
shit
Chicken
is
Factory.
just straight frozen, thrown in a bag in a steamer.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of this shit is fried.
Yeah.
A lot of fried shit is frozen. Hint, hint. Like, you know, it's a reason why you go somewhere and they broadcast that they make hand cut. Our fries are hand cut. You know why our fries are hand cut?
Because they're not frozen.
Because everybody else uses frozen fries. Yes, because it's fucking convenient.
People pay for convenience.
But it's a reason why places broadcast that shit. But Cheesecake Factory has a huge fucking menu. It's not the cheapest in the world. And it's not the cheapest in the world because a lot of that stuff is prepackaged and they pay for it and they pass that cost on to you.
Right.
So when you're in Cheesecake Factory, it's best to just stick to basics. If you're in some place that has an overextensive menu, stick to something basic. The wings, a burger. 9 times out of 10, well, let me not say that. The burgers may still be frozen. But it's easier to just patty up ground beef. You know, chicken breast. I don't recommend people get salads when they go out because you could just make on your fucking self and it's less money.
And if you go out to a fucking restaurant to eat and you say,
That's the look.
I'm gonna eat the salad. Yeah. Can I have a glass of water too?
Oh man, that's
Go
the
the
look.
fuck home. Why are you coming out to this expensive? Why are you coming out to this dine? Why are you going out of your house?
you saying
Period.
we supposed to be
Except
gluttonous.
if you are going out to eat because you are hungry, I'd be damned if I take someone out to eat and they're hungry and they're saying we're hungry and I'm like, hey babe, let's go out to eat. And you say, let me order the salad. We're going home. I'm gonna make you a salad. I'm gonna pick some grass. Matter of fact, while we at it, since you want to spend money like this, pay me to pick some grass.
I
If
don't.
we, bruh,
It's the anger in your soul.
It's because it's a fucking salad. Go to fucking Kroger.
But I don't have
Walmart.
mandarin oranges at home or
Guess
pomegranate
what?
seeds and
Guess what?
sunflowers.
You can get all that from your local grocery store for cheaper.
You can probably make 10 salads for the price of one.
You're gonna have to pay like $20 for that one salad and an extra 75 cents for an extra dressing. When you could go home, use an entire bottle of fucking ranch on it and pour whatever the fuck you want on it.
You're right.
Get a
But
little.
people are lazy.
I know.
You know, it's people who eat out every day. Well,
Yeah.
maybe not so much now, the way money works, but a lot of people eat out more now than ever. Some because they work all the time. Sometimes it's because it's cheaper. Now, to an extent, it can be cheaper. Because, I mean, I am one of those people who is guilty of buying groceries and then I don't necessarily eat all the groceries I buy because I'm always at work. So I do understand motherfuckers eating out, but people just want convenience. Motherfuckers will pay for a salad, but people are screwing you over. Pre-made stuff screws you over because they have to make a profit. Like their profit margin is gigantic. So that little bowl of salad is probably by weight 8 ounces, maybe.
Yeah.
If that. When you go to the store, this is another thing I want people to do. Look at the ounces of things. Like when you buy something, look at how many ounces or the weight that's on the bag. If you compare that to the weight or the portion size that you get when you're going out, you will understand where she's coming from when she says, when you go out, you should treat yourself because you're getting screwed, especially if you're getting a salad.
And it's like, at the current job, I work personally on the salad station. That's why I have such beef with the people that order salads. You're telling me, and I see the menu prices as I make you these salads. You're telling me that you are willing to pay for this membership, this however much you're paying membership for this country club, to come in on a daily and order a salad that costs you an additional $20 every time you come in and eat this shit.
But you have to understand another thing. When you're in the private club world, money works differently.
Yeah, money isn't going to be much of a object to them, but
everything that they
nowadays
do.
The rich people are clenching their purses, which means they got to worry about this shit too.
But everything they do is about convenience. It's more convenient for them to go to a private club, get fed, and then do whatever else they got to do. But for the average person that's being lazy, that's the difference. If it's not a convenient thing for you, you shouldn't really be doing it. Like if you're doing it because, you're trying to be cute or you're trying to be cheap, A, is not cute, and B, is definitely not fucking cheap.
It's not. You paying as much as you are for a burger for that salad. I've seen several places where you go in there and the burgers are $15 to $17. That burger gets you like a quarter pound of beef. It gets you bacon, tomatoes, mayonnaise. You got all the food pyramid in that one meal, and you get a side of fries, mac and cheese, zucchini fries, whatever the fuck you want on the side, whatever they're offering.
It's not healthy.
Okay, but you paying.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not healthy. The optics of it compared to a salad are not healthy, and people are trying to be healthy.
The optics of it is, oh damn, I got this pile of leaves on my place, and that person, look at that fucking. Can I just?
No, nobody acts like that over. If you're, you know what? You're forcing yourself.
I'm a carnivore.
You're forcing yourself to eat your vegetables at that point.
I'm a carnivore at heart, and I love a fucking burger. I love meat. So if you see me eating a fucking salad, it's not by choice. If you see me eating a salad, it's because I have said to myself, I'm going to lose weight now. But I promise you while I'm at work, like I'll bring a salad home, but I promise you while I'm at work, I'm gulping down a bunch of wings.
But look,
I'm eating something.
Okay, so if you have a salad in front of you and you're salivating and aroused by the burger across from you, you need to reevaluate your life decisions. You are literally forcing yourself to have this salad as someone directly across from you is living their best life. No. And I'm a suffer at home. I'm a suffer at home. When I go out, I'm getting a burger.
That is my point. Thank you for proving my point. If I go out and I know my ass wants a burger, guess what I'm finna get?
A damn burger.
Exactly. You will never catch me going out thinking, I want a burger, I want some wings, I want some pasta.
No, man.
And be like, no.
And
I'm
here's
trying
another
to be cute.
thing.
Let me order a salad.
Here's another thing. It's not going to be, well, maybe I'm speaking from a normie perspective. But I can't be speaking from a normie perspective because I'm a chef.
Right.
So maybe it's a poor person's perspective. Like, when you go out somewhere and you get a salad, it does not compare to the salad at home.
Exactly.
You know, when you have one of them salads where it's like it's borderline nutritious at this point, like it has so much stuff on it, and then you got the nerve to put dressing on the shit. It's like, oh, you just a fat ass. The closest thing you get to that is your first plate at the buffet. When you say, you know what, I'm gonna get a salad first, and then will be like that.
Got every fucking topping on the buffet
No
line.
restaurant is gonna get that to you.
Bruh. That's one thing I am happy about working on the salad station at this specific.
See, you know what? It's my fault. It's my fault. I'm sorry.
You jinxed me. You messed me up.
Editing fill-in specific.
The funny thing is, I wasn't even trying to say specific. I was trying to say particular.
Oh shit!
But this particular place, they like to take shit off. They don't like to add shit. So it's like, I don't even mind. But it's another pet peeve of mine. If you're paying for a salad, you may as well get everything on it since you're paying that much. Don't take shit off because you're still paying the same price.
I mean, yeah, you still gonna get it is what it is.
I respect your salad's gonna look a lot lighter. You're gonna be like, why does my salad look lighter than hers? We got the same one because Karen, you said you didn't want the meat on it, you didn't want the veggies on it, and you didn't want the dressing on it, which just leaves. She wanted her meat, her veggies, her toppings, and extra dressing. That's why hers was more filling.
When you take stuff out of a dish, like when you go somewhere and you take stuff out, let's say you have an allergy, okay? And I know other people who work in kitchens are going to hate me for saying this, but if you have an allergy, see if you can replace one thing with another. You know, like a certain vegetable, like I know this dish comes with green beans, but can I get broccoli instead? Or y'all don't have, I don't like sunflower seeds, but could I get croutons in the side? If you could make a small change like that, okay. But if you one of those people that literally rips a dish apart and takes out 3 or more things, and then when you get said
switch
dish,
the mixed greens in your
upset.
salad with spinach. I want to take the arugula off the salad and put romaine instead. Those aren't even the same. What the fuck? Arugula has this really sharp taste where romaine is just fucking water in a leaf.
Yeah, romaine is really a filler.
It is.
Like romaine is, it's like a blank canvas. Like whatever you put on romaine, it's just the boat. It just holds whatever you put in it. It's like whatever. I just go with it. Just crunch. It's fine. But when you take stuff apart, like if you want to take a sandwich and turn it into a wrap, but you took 3 things off that sandwich and you wonder why your wrap looks like a lettuce field taquito, like what did you think we were gonna do? Like, did you think we were just gonna say, oh, they took 3 things off, so let's just stuff the shit out of it with tomatoes and No, I have a certain recipe to follow. If it's 4 ounces of this, 3 ounces of this, 2 ounces of this, and 4 ounces of this, if you took away 7 ounces from that dish, yes, it's gonna look different. Yes, it's gonna look smaller. What do you expect? People want something for nothing, which, oh my gosh, things are just rolling into each other. So going back to the Cheesecake Factory having a gigantic menu that makes no sense, and you need to be careful of what you order. Getting something for nothing leads into the video that we watch where this lady was literally upset that this guy took her to Cheesecake Factory. Now, I know you may say I just bashed Cheesecake Factory, but honestly I didn't. I just said people need to use their common culinary sense when they go to places that have gigantic menus. Ding! That's what I said.
Exactly.
So he took this lady to Cheesecake Factory and she was just upset. Like, no, I don't want to go here. And Cheesecake Factory is not the lowest of the low.
It's definitely not.
It's not the bottom of the barrel. He didn't take her to Golden Corral Buffet.
Didn't take her McDonald's. That's why I would have took her ass.
Cheesecake Factory isn't isn't cheap. Like you could get out of it. 2 people, you could get out of there paying $1 and some change. You get out of there paying about $125. I haven't been in a while. Like, I mean, I don't really. Not that I don't go out. It's just that I'd rather just cook it myself. But anyway, took her to Cheesecake Factory and she refused to get out the car. Pulled out her camera and started to document the situation as if she was just gonna prove her worth on live or some shit.
Like, oh my gosh, I'm worth so much. Why am I eating at Cheesecake Factory? Why would you bring someone like me, looking like this, a beautiful woman, to a Cheesecake Factory?
And she
Do I look like I should be eating Cheesecake Factory right now?
She did.
You look like you should be eating Burger Kings out the bottom of a trash can. I'm sorry. But just from a woman's point of view, from the video alone, why the fuck are you wearing that green ass dress with that purple ass lipstick, looking like you're trying to be the Hulk?
The Joker.
Looking like the Hulk. Not even. The Joker is slim built. The only thing she had going for her in that video was her titties, but that's because she wouldn't get out the car so we could see her entire build. But
I mean, she had her titties just out too.
It was like one of those hentai pictures where they just got the nipples covered. That's what that shit was. You telling me your ass don't look like you need to be taken to a fucking... Anywho.
I mean, she looked like... She looked like a normal person you see.
Just like an everyday, I don't know, Becky. Like...
She just looked like a normal person. And I feel that it's nothing wrong with being a normal person. There's nothing wrong with being confident in yourself and feeling yourself. But saying that you too good for Cheesecake Factory?
Nobody's too good for Cheesecake Factory.
Like, for instance, I've been cooking for a long fucking time. It's coming up on 20 years. I'm old as fuck, yeah.
Damn.
No, it's not really 20 years. It's close. If I round up, it's close. It's more like 17. It's more like 17. But
if I round up, it's like 10. It's because I've been cooking since I was 10.
That's funny. So, and I don't turn down food. If I go to a family outing, family reunion, like even when I was dating, if someone offered to cook, or if someone made me a plate, or it's a spread, we out, it's a family gathering, I don't turn my nose up at anything. Especially when they find out that you're a chef. Everybody and their mama want to know how their food tastes. What's this? You ever been there? You ever had that?
Absolutely.
So I try my best not to say anything rude or be snooty, because we're on different levels.
The only time it's okay to be snooty is if you at a cookout and someone decided to invite the one black bitch that's like a white bitch and decide to cook her food like Karen's. Then you can be snooty. Everyone gonna be snooty. Talking about why the fuck you put pecans in your potato salad.
That's a whole different... We actually need to do a video on food etiquette.
Yeah.
Like family food etiquette.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good episode. Well, I don't turn down or turn my nose up at anything people offer me. I found out the safest way is to just get little pieces. Just get a little...
Yeah.
Little... And if you don't like something, you can easily say, what, I'm full, bro. That's why I just got a little bit of everything so I can try everything. I'm just stuffed, my G.
Me, myself, and I have the appetite of like a 5-year-old, and I've noticed that as I get older, I'm more of a picky eater than I was when I was younger. That used to eat everything.
For sure.
So I've learned this thing as like being an extrovert. I've learned this thing where like if I'm out on a date or if I'm out eating with a group of friends, and I'm not too fond of the food, but I've already ordered, and it's rude to just sit there and stare at people and not touch your food. So I'll be talking, I'll be using my hands, I'll have my silverware in my hands, and I'll be talking, sometimes sit the knife down, and then I'll be like moving my food around the plate, talking, I'll take a pick at the food every now and then. Like, the entire meal, I've only eaten like maybe 5 bites max. But my food is moved around the plate, and I've taken those few 5 bites, and you see me eating.
You be TV eating?
But I'm talking the entire time, engaging everybody.
You be TV eating?
Look, I'm talking the entire time. You don't even notice the fact that my plate is still full and everybody else is done.
Extra in the movie?
Look, so by the time everybody else is done and I'm done talking and it's ready for the bell time and everyone sees my plate and I'm like, oh, like we kind of just blow it off. It was like, oh shit, I haven't really touched my food. It's okay though. I'll just take it to go. Put that shit in the box.
I'm mad you said put that shit in the box and toss it in the garbage can.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's the least respect. That's the most respectful way to just, you know, not tell somebody you don't fuck with their food.
Yeah.
But feeling like you, I just think about all the things that I've eaten, and I could have easily said, "Ew."
Listen.
What the fuck they look like?
I've eaten some bad shit in my life, like that family members have cooked.
Oh God.
To not be rude. I got this one.
I gotta write that down. Worst family member meals as an episode. No, keep going. I'm writing that. Please continue.
I have this one aunt, and unfortunately, I love her to bits. But she has this thing where she eats old food sometimes, or like food that shouldn't be consumed. Like my worst memory was she came over to visit us and she had chicken in the car that had sat there for like 3 days.
No, God, please, no!
And she brought it into the house and cooked it.
Oh dear.
And it smelled up the house, but she was like, "Oh, it's still good though."
No.
She was like, "The smell just means it just has a little bit extra flavor on it."
No, dear, no.
And she ate the entire thing. She didn't get sick.
Dear.
She didn't get sick. She doesn't get sick from this.
Cause she probably do it all the time.
She does.
Oh my God.
And then I remember my parents had went out of town for something.
She got that Komodo dragon belly. Like she could just eat anything and it just melts.
Basically.
Toxic.
Basically.
I bet her poop rancid. When she farts, it's terrible. Her poops are terrible. Burnt off.
No, God! No, God, please!
I don't even want to think about that. We kind of, because we were around a few of those, and I just pushed that back to the trauma part of my mind that I don't think about, so I don't even remember what those shit smelled like.
I respect it.
But there was one specific time that I had to eat her food.
Oh,
like we had
God.
to.
You ain't got no salad, Auntie?
No. Our parents were out of town.
No apples?
They had got some groceries.
Nothing growing on a tree?
Bruh. She knew we could cook.
They had water hose water.
But she didn't want us cooking because she didn't feel safe with us on the kitchen stove.
Oh my God.
And we're like, yeah, she was babysitting.
Yeah.
I remember she had made some like chicken Alfredo pasta with like some angel hair pasta. Pasta crunchy.
Oh God, the pasta was
crunchy. The pasta was crunchy. The chicken was cooked, thankfully. But how did you cook the chicken and it doesn't have any flavor on it? And it's in an Alfredo pasta.
Oh, you just boiled it.
The highlight of my meal was the Capri Sun.
Boiled meat.
The highlight was the Capri Sun because it was strawberry kiwi. That's my favorite.
Granny's boiled meat.
So we all just kind of picked at it, and then when she wasn't looking, we kind of threw the food away. Wow. If you was hungry, then you ate it, but it was like
I don't think I have anything that compares to that. Thank goodness.
It was bad.
That sounds bad.
It was bad. I love her to bits, but I would never in a million years eat it again if I had the choice. Whenever they say, "Oh yeah, Auntie coming over," no, I'm okay. Auntie coming over, great. Come give me a hug. I missed you.
Gosh. I know.
Oh, she cooked. No, don't let her in the kitchen. I already cooked. I already cooked. It's okay.
No, she stops at the living room. She stops at the living room.
She doesn't get kitchen access at all anymore.
Smell good. What you making? Microwave potatoes. That's what I'm making. But Jesus, I think I'd have to take the ungrateful route if somebody presented me like with that.
Yeah.
But from the standpoint of this lady, she has no reason to feel like she's above going to Cheesecake Factory. Now, mind you, in this video, this man, he looks like, you know, they were an interracial couple. It's the most polite way I can say it without being offensive. Like, even though I'm not trying to be offensive, somebody would still be offended. But so they were an interracial couple, brown and brown, and this guy was doing good. I mean, just from the little clip that we saw, They were in an SUV with leather seats and had a panoramic sunroof. That combination alone means that he's okay. He's not struggling, you know.
And it's not like he was badly dressed or poorly dressed either. He was dressed very clean, like very tidy. He had a fresh haircut and everything.
Everything was A1. Homie was A1.
He was. My problem specifically was the fact that she just kept saying over and over, "You're taking a woman as beautiful as me that needs to be courted. I'm not taken out. I'm courted."
She did say that.
She's like, "I need to be courted." This lady, you're taking this lady out that's dressed the way she is. She's dressed like she wants to go to a Cheesecake
dressed like
Factory.
she was dressed like someone you would see coming out of Cheesecake Factory doing birthday bash or Summerfest. Like, that's what she looked like.
It's not like it's a bash or anything towards her specifically.
That's just what the fuck she looked. And it wouldn't be a bash until she said that shit.
Exactly. The only reason it's a bash is because you, as in all kindness, a mediocre American woman.
Right. She just look average.
Everybody is beautiful in their own way.
This is true. I agree.
I can say this. Black to black. You needed to get your braids redone before you say that you're a beautiful woman. Get some more creative earrings in instead of the big old generic black hoops.
Nothing said don't take me to Cheesecake. Nothing just said.
Nothing screamed,
I'm
special. I need something higher.
I just don't understand. Did you pull up in a Rari? And even then, he said
that he had a nicer place.
He had a nicer place, but she was late. He told her what time to be ready. He pulled up. She didn't want to let him in her shit. Okay, guess they ain't been talking that long. Cool, respect that. And then he said she took an hour. So that means this man sat in his car, waited for her an hour.
Happy he had the double sunroof.
Right. So he missed, you stupid. So he missed the original reservation, which was probably someplace nice, because he was dressed nice.
Oh, yeah. Like, no, she seemed to...
He was dressed nice.
When he showed her the original reservation, where it was for, she's entire demeanor changed. Like, oh, yeah, I definitely would have rather go there. All right.
They got $30 Caesar salads.
Unfortunately for you, ma'am, you took an hour to put on the 2 seconds of makeup, the 90s brows, and the purple lipstick.
Right.
Why did it take you that long to put on that little bit of clothes, that little bit of makeup, and it took you a full hour?
She said, well, it took me longer at work. And
it's not like you pulled up to the house while he was outside waiting. She was already in there.
And I think you'll agree with me on this. A woman would not wait an hour for a guy to get ready.
Absolutely. You know how many videos I've seen lately when, like, it's women saying, like, in bed, full makeup, fully dressed, you know, looking gorgeous. And it's like when What You Want to Do Today finally calls at 11:55. And let me take you out to dinner. Already reserved us a date for, 12 o'clock. Where do you think I'm finna go? You think I'm finna go with, hey, let me holler at you real quick. What you want to do, and not go with the person because you told let me holler at you said, hey, we're gonna meet up at 8. Why is it now 11? Why is it now 11? You finally saying, hey, what you want to do today? You said we had a date today. What you mean? What I want to do today? The fuck?
No woman will wait that long. This guy was super nice. Waited an hour. Even tried to hold her hand, court her around. He probably opened a door for her. And then, this is the other thing that people don't even understand or respect. So, when he was sitting in that car waiting for her, he came to the realization that they're going to miss that reservation. Mm-hmm. He then made a pivot and said, okay, we can still go to Cheesecake Factory, have a good time. And maybe he had something else planned. Mm-hmm. You fucked up the original plans, and he made a pivot to still take you out. And that's how you treat my mans?
shit, most of my generation, after we made plans, like, I know me, myself, and I'm not great with planning. If I'm planning a date or something, and it's like, I'm planning it, it's gonna take me a few days, and when I plan that shit, it's gonna go exactly as I planned it, because, you know, it took some time, and me and my partner both appreciate that, because we both know we're horrible at planning. So if I say, hey,
of course,
we're both gonna be ready and dressed by, you know, 5 o'clock, we're gonna leave the house by like 5:30, 6 o'clock, and we're gonna be here by 7 o'clock, you know, cool. But you can't make a plan with somebody. I know for a fact, if I made a plan and it went off a little bit, of course I'm gonna be a little aggravated, but you know,
of course,
chill.
anybody is. When
Exactly.
things don't run as planned, it's like
come on, it's a plan. We've been
tried this,
talking
now
about
we're
this.
late, but you pushed through it.
Exactly. But I know.
No, well, go ahead.
I was saying, I know, like, from my point of view, it's not that easy. It's really not that easy.
No, it's
on the
not.
spur of the moment. Oh shit, our plan's fucked up. What are we gonna do now?
What do we do?
We usually wait. Like, if I'm getting off from work, my partner's like, hey, let's go eat somewhere. What do you want to eat? And I'm like, hey, I don't know. They think of a place. Oh shit, we get there, that place is closed. We don't already have a backup plan made. We have to sit there and drive around and figure out what we're gonna do.
Figure out what you're gonna do.
This man already had a backup plan for you. That's
He had
how
to
much.
pivot. He had
That's
to
how
pivot.
much he had already liked you before
Right.
the first date.
That's how much he cared to not ruin the day.
Exactly.
We missed this, but we're still gonna go out. We're still gonna have a good time.
And you fucked all that shit up because you said you were some goddess on the internet that deserved better than Cheesecake Factory and decided to wait an
That's
extra
crazy.
hour.
When I saw that shit, my mouth dropped. I was just thinking, what did he do wrong? He did everything by the book of chivalry. He did it, ma'am.
And then on top of that, on top of everything, after he told you his piece and you still weren't getting the picture when he said, the least I can do is drive you home. You still have your camera open, still trying to softly soothe him. Now
Right, she tried to butter up like, well,
now you're trying to softly soothe him into
understand.
compromise and shit.
I understand.
But you still have your camera up this entire thing. Still, like, I don't know if you're on live or what, but talking about, you for real? Y'all see what this man doing? You can't think of, y'all see what this man doing?
And homie kept driving.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
You saw them clouds passing over through the roof. Homie kept driving.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If I was ever in a situation like that where I find somebody take an hour, chill. I take an hour sometimes. Not to be late on purpose, but I take an hour. If I take an hour, you gonna tell that I took an extra hour for a reason. I'm gonna come out looking like a completely different person. You're gonna be thinking you're dating a model.
She had to do the tape up.
Exactly. Corset and
Like
everything.
putting on an Iron Man suit.
But if you come out an hour late and still look like your basic ass self, like you just came off from work, and
That
then
shit
on
made
top,
you mad.
and then on top of that, when I try and open the door for you, you lock that shit and say you're too beautiful to go be seen somewhere with me. And then I explain to you, because I'm a very patient person. If I explain to you my piece and you still aren't understanding, I am going to take your ass home because I'm nice enough to take your ass home.
Of course.
But if while I decide I'm taking your ass home, you are still on that same bullshit you've been on all
Get out
day,
now. I'll call you an
stop
Uber.
in the fucking mall parking lot. I'm not gonna call her an Uber because obviously
You're not even gonna call her.
No,
Uber?
obviously she's gorgeous enough where some man will come call her an Uber.
Somebody
for her.
just gonna pick you up.
Somebody gonna
shawty.
help you. Obviously,
You
somebody
just that
in your,
beautiful.
Look, somebody in your pockets already putting money in there. That's why you got the time to talk. Like you was gonna have to pay for the date and shit.
True.
So I'm finna drop your ass off in front of that Cheesecake Factory. You're gonna have to sit there like an asshole and find your way home. Yeah. And I'm just gonna have to find my way into somebody else's DMs that will appreciate me.
She thought, this is what she thought. She thought he was a soft ass nigga. Mm-hmm. Right? Because I don't know how they met, but you know, she probably just thought he was a simp, never had a black chick, or he simps over black chicks or whatever. And she decided to go out with him. And she probably saw how he was rolling and thought, oh, I'm going to make him treat me like a queen. Mm-hmm. to the point where, you don't want to allow him in your house. Okay, cool. Not even going to fault you for that. Everybody's weird about their personal space. But the man wanted to, like, hold your hand. Okay, maybe you think that's corny. Cool. But the fact that he did a pivot, wore a collared shirt, drives an SUV with leather seats and a panoramic sunroof, he took you to Cheesecake Factory because you fucked up the first place you wanted to go to. Mm-hmm. And then he tried to work with you. You ain't say shit. He tried to work with you. But then when you pulled that shit, you look like a totally different person to him. He was like, you know what? Nah, this ain't it.
Yeah.
I'm going to drop your ass off.
And it's like,
it's not a
my first sign after, like, while I'm explaining this shit to you, I just openly told you that I wanted to hold your hand, and you said, I don't feel like we're close enough in our relationship for that. Why do you feel like we aren't close enough in our relationship?
Damn well, you probably dropped them draws on the first night.
It's a fucking hand. It's a hand. Guess what?
If he was Pookie or Ray Ray in a Hellcat,
guess what? You want to hold that nigga's hand? What you do when you get into Cheesecake
She
Factory?
be mad that he don't want to hold her hand.
Look, exactly. But I tell you what, I've held some niggas' hands and I've hugged some niggas that I did not want to hug or hold their hands. Guess what I did? If I didn't want to smell like them, I put my roll on or my spray on so I didn't have to smell like them. I went in the bathroom, washed my motherfucking hands. Take that L and get what you like. Get down to business.
But I mean, I feel that he was just a genuinely nice guy. I don't feel that he was a simp.
He was. I
don't think he was a simp. I just feel that he was a nice guy, and he just wanted to go on a date and be with her. He's one of those people. He was looking for.
He was looking for
a relationship, like, I want to be with you and type shit. You don't just hold nobody fucking. You an emotional motherfucker. He was, but he was not a simp because he dropped her ass off.
Exactly.
And I respect him for that.
I respect him fully.
And she had to eat that L live, and it backfired. She thought she was going to stand on her soapbox talking about I'm better than Cheesecake Factory, and everybody was like, is she crazy?
Fuck no. Fuck no. Listen, you gotta, even if you do think that you find yourself a simp, you gotta be able to look for the right notes in a person to tell if they're a simp.
A true simp. He wasn't a true simp. He was just nice.
I've dealt with
he wasn't
a great
simp.
many
He was
simps.
nice.
I can tell you, I can look at a person after the first interaction with specifically men. Like if you, I'm not even talking about women, but with specifically men. I can look at a man now, have a simple conversation with them, and know whether they're a simp or not. You know if they're respectable, because most of the time, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'll keep one thigh while
I don't ever have all of my clothes on at one set when I'm out of the house. Something's showing.
Gosh,
and most of the time, I'm not even gonna lie.
I can't deal with you.
I know a simp when I see one because when they're talking, they looking. I see their eyes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. They're still talking.
The letter to relinquish all my rights as your guardian. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this. This is stuff that I should not be hearing, Chip.
But listen, even the dude in the video, you could tell he was a respectable dude because respectable dudes, not like simps, they will keep eye contact. You might see them slip up once or twice because, she had them big ass jugs out.
She did.
She just had them out.
She had some cannons.
So, of course, your eyes might slip like once or twice, and you're on a date too. So of course they're gonna slip like once or twice. They're out for you to see because you're on a date.
You a simp, and you act like you ain't never had nothing like that.
Exactly, but if you're respectable and you know what a pair of boobs look like, no matter how big they are.
It's like I know you got big boobs. That's why we on a date, bitch.
Exactly. I see your boobs in my peripheral, but I can still keep my eye contact.
It's like, I love you. You're a beautiful woman, but please understand. That's what people need to understand. For real. Motherfuckers can love you for who you are, but please understand, if that outer shell wasn't attractive in the first place, I don't give a fuck what's in the inside. Let's just be real. Let's just be human. That's why they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You see some couples and just go, oh, but that's what he like. And he even likes what's on the inside.
Yeah.
But if the outer shell didn't attract the other person in any way, ain't nobody trying to figure out what the fuck you about. We don't work together. I ain't getting no money for trying to figure you out. You got to be attractive to them in some form.
Right. And
so, I get that.
I'm a person that likes people more for their personalities. I will say that because
You just not gonna be with ugly motherfuckers though.
Yeah,
That's just common sense.
I like people for their personalities, but at the same time, I always say it sounds shallow, but I refuse to be with someone that I find physically unattractive because it's like, especially like if we're gonna sooner or later move to the point where we're sleeping in the same bed and waking up next to each other, I'll be damned if I'm like, I love you so much, baby. And then I wake up. Got this random ass dude that's scaring the fuck out of me, and it's like, oh shit, it's just you, baby. My
Plenty
bad.
women wake up. Somebody gonna wake up this weekend like that.
Oh my god.
But
The makeup industry, I can say from the makeup
men
standpoint,
and women, toupees and shit. Like that's,
they got male toupees now.
I
They
seen
be
them
gluing the
shits.
weed to their head and
They
taking that
look
shit
amazing.
down.
They got the fade on the side and
It be
everything.
looking real good. You won't be believing that shit.
You don't.
But
But in other news, how do you feel about the new Willy Wonka movie?
the new Willy
Because it
Wonka,
is chocolate, it is food.
Yeah.
And I am fat as fuck.
we all got a fat kid inside of us.
It's true. Embrace it.
So, for one, I absolutely love the very first.
We're talking about Gene Wilder.
Yes.
Okay.
That one. I love that one. The Spooky Tunnel song. There is no earthly way of knowing. I almost have that entire song memorized by heart. That's how many.
Gene was a weird dude. It just fit with Willy Wonka. Like when you read the book
weird.
and then you seen the movie, it's like, yes, that's
perfectly.
That's
It
what
matched perfectly. I am a huge advocate for weird. I love weird.
Of course.
He was the perfect type of weird for that movie.
Yes.
The hair, the attitude, everything.
I like his movies. Fuck with Gene.
Johnny Depp's version.
I feel they tried too hard.
It was okay. I like it because I like Johnny Depp, but at the same time, it was like it was a little weird because it was like a man child that can't get over his past trauma.
That's what I say. They
torturing
tried
kids.
it too hard. Like they pushed it too far.
Yeah, so that part I didn't like. Some of the animation in it I did like, especially for it being especially for it being an early 2000s movie.
That's all the tech that they had. It was like, throw everything at it. We have no budget.
And it was Tim Burton, so of course they didn't have a budget.
Fuck the budget.
But the Johnny Depp one was okay. It's not my favorite, but it was pretty good. It's definitely one that I'll be like, let's watch Willy Wonka, and I'll put that one on because you can't really find the one with the old person in it.
Gene Wilder.
I forgot his name for 2 seconds.
You can find that one. You gotta go on the ancient hunt. You gotta eBay that shit.
My aunt had a DVD
Blow the
of
dust
it,
off of it.
and I watched that shit like maybe like a legitimate 50 times in a week. That's how much I like that movie. The new Willy Wonka. First of all, I don't know who plays the main character that well. Like
he's a new guy. I've seen him in a few things.
Yeah, I haven't seen him that often, but mostly because I don't really watch many American shows or films. I'm an anime head. I like Japanese, Korean shit. I will openly say that shit.
I mean, it's okay now to do that. They don't hang you by the stake like back in my day for liking anime, and if you watch the dub, then you are shunned from the group. And then when you finally get older and you find out that Dragon Ball Z been over with,
exactly.
America late as fuck. But yeah, it's okay to openly be dorky and love anime. Like back in my day, they'd kill you. You was a weirdo. It was only 5 of y'all, and y'all hung together by default.
Exactly. So it's not. I don't know who the main character is, who plays Willy Wonka that well, but based off the last 2 people, they definitely are getting younger and younger. I don't mind the younger take on it. I actually think it's going to be a little bit interesting, but also just because he's a little younger, based off my love for the first Willy Wonka, I don't know how well it's going to do. The one thing I will say, for the rest of the cast, I've seen the trailer.
Yeah, the rest of the cast look dope.
I'm
Rest of the cast
excited
is
for
dope.
it just because of the rest of the cast. Like, it looks like it's gonna be funny. It looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. Period. And also, we're in 2023, so we have a lot better graphics now.
Oh fuck yeah, they pushed it.
So, oh yeah,
They pushed
I'm
it.
expecting them to push the budget all the way to the fucking edge, and I want to see some sparks flying. I want to see chocolate melting just from a touch of a finger. I want to see it explode.
The part that I'm interested in, or the take that I like, is they didn't really, from what we saw, they didn't twist Willy Wonka too much.
Yeah,
They showed you a part of Willy Wonka that you didn't see or ever thought about, but it made sense for him to be an inventor. It was almost like he started off as Dr. Seuss and then found out that he could do crazy shit with chocolate.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, this is my lane.
That's
so seeing
what I
the
like.
part before the chocolate where he was inventing things, trial and error and all that shit, it reminds me of some Dr. Seuss shit. And I fuck with Dr. Seuss. So
Names
Dr.
remind me of
Seuss and
Dr.
Willy
Seuss
Wonka,
and Dr.
of
Doofenshmirtz.
course, I'm definitely going to see it. And the cast was funny as fuck. The Oompa Loompa was fucking hilarious.
Right.
So yeah, they had a take on it that I never thought about. Like, we never thought Oompa Loompas would be small British men.
Right.
I'm gonna peck you with a pick.
all the other ones have always looked Middle Eastern or like just like
They just took some
like
small
people.
Cambodians and
Yeah. They're like, okay, we're gonna just paint you orange real quick.
Where you from, Guatemala?
But one thing I will say is I do like how each Willy Wonka, like over the years, and it's always been like a long time between when each Willy Wonka was made. But
Yeah, it has. Now that you say that.
I like how each Willy Wonka kind of shows a different side of Willy Wonka. So I feel
I
like
never thought of it like that.
I feel like
You're
the
right.
next Willy Wonka that comes out, because we know they aren't going to stop remaking this.
I want
It's a
them to stop
classic.
remaking shit.
It's a
But that's for
classic. You know,
another
people-
episode. Stop the remakes. Stop the remakes.
Exactly.
That's
You
for
know,
another
people
episode.
can't stop fucking up classics though. So, but
Fucking up classics. Yes, you are correct.
maybe this won't be a fuck up because
Doesn't
we
look
haven't.
like it.
It doesn't look like it's gonna be a fuck up. I'm actually excited, but I like how the first one really like portrayed Willy Wonka as like this crazy mad genius that was just like fucking
Didn't want to be
everywhere.
bothered with the rest of the world because they were
wanted
normal.
wanted to be secluded. Was just like, no, fuck you. You're a normie. I want to sit in my
Because
little
in the
crazy
book, he was a
hole.
little nuts.
Yeah.
The movie was tame.
I like the fact that the first one portrayed him as his crazy self, like crazy raw. And it's like, the next one, I like how it kind of like tried to portray like a softer, more delicate version almost. More like, maybe not soft and delicate, but like more of like the part.
You said soft and delicate.
I don't think those are the adjectives I'm looking for.
They're not.
I think it's more of like his haunted past. Like it went more on like a sentimental, almost like
Okay.
a sensitive type of
I feel you.
Willy Wonka. Like him all in his feelings, thinking about his life, his childhood, where he's going, his new adventures. That Willy Wonka was more based off of he wants to see what the next generation is going to do with it and how his life is going to proceed.
Okay.
That's what I felt like was coming from that one. And this one, I feel like it's like focusing more on the creative aspect. Like where
Of course.
he's, like you said, he's an inventor and then he's just creating shit over and over again and then making new shit and then experimenting with this, dipping his hands over here and just like touching everywhere his little mitts can touch. So I like how they're developing the character of Willy Wonka, and I hope that the next one, if they make another one, is going to be the last one, and they have all three in there together.
I don't
And
think
it'll-
so. They're not all by the same company.
Yeah,
So
unfortunately,
they wouldn't
not.
do a
But
set like that.
That would be the most perfect Willy Wonka if you just had
came
all
with
of
a
that
chocolate.
in one. You'd have to find a really good actor to be able to portray crazy, sensitive.
But that's why
and
this one isn't
creative.
like that, though. He's more of a...
He's more of like
exactly
just the
what he
creative
is, a
goofball.
young, creative Willy Wonka.
Exactly.
Or what that actor is. He's young, creative, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. That's the part of Willy Wonka that they're trying to show in this one. So I fuck with it. I'm definitely going to see it. It's on my list.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I think we're gonna close this episode out on Willy Wonka,
Really want
which is actually not a bad idea because now I want some chocolate. We gotta get, it's nowhere to get chocolate right now. Though.
Gas stations. Walmart's.
I guess so. You know what? We're gonna have to do an episode about gas station chocolate.
Real chocolate.
And expensive chocolate.
There we have it, folks.
Well, yeah, this is J Bop and Chip signing off. It was nice hanging out with you people, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Bye.